Good afternoon and welcome to the beautiful city of Sydney and the FIVB 3-star. It is time for the bronze medal match in this gorgeous part of the world that is Sydney in New South Wales, the capital city of the state of New South Wales. The beaches are sublime. The environment is pristine and the people are so lovely. As we see some shots of the lifestyle and the nightlife, it is one of the special parts of the world, one of the friendliest, cleanest, most livable cities. And the beach volleyball fans are in, and they're in big numbers, and they're in good voice as well, because it is the bronze medal game getting ready to go. Hello and welcome. Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Fogarty. It is a privilege to bring you the FIVB World Tour of Beach Volleyball, and it is the bronze medal match for the women. As we said, joining me in commentary today, the one and only Kerri Pothast. Kerri, your hometown, your home people, it doesn't get much better than this.
Well, they call it God's country, John, and it certainly is today. The gods have come out and given us the most perfect weather for beach volleyball. Pretty much all week. We had a bit of rain throughout this tournament, but what a way to finish it off today with all the finals. The medals will be dispatched this afternoon. But the exciting part is we have an Australian in the final. We have Nikki Laird and Bakara Palmer in the final, the gold medal match coming up soon. But first of all, we've got one of the most incredible players in the world of beach volleyball, Kerri Lee Walsh Jennings, from the United States. Three Olympic gold medals, 6 Olympic games, like crazy numbers.
I can't even compute. That is
3 babies in between there, and I'm sure her husband Casey and the kids are at home watching tonight. I don't know if the kids are still awake. They're probably tucked up in bed, but perhaps Casey's watching this live stream, hoping and willing his beautiful wife and her partner Brooke Sweat, and of course Brooke's family will be there too. Absolutely, cheering them on in the bronze medal. Up against them, though, a really good Chinese team, the number 8-seeded team of Fan Wang and Xinyi Xia. So it's a tough game, the bronze game, isn't it? You've both just lost the major semi-finals and a chance to go to gold. We'll see who shakes it off the best and who comes out to play. It will be USA v China, women's bronze medal match. I should alert and inform the viewers at home who are wondering maybe what happened to the men's bronze medal match. It is probably an important point to make that sadly the team from France, Crew and Rowlandson, had to forfeit due to that shoulder injury to Yusuf Crew yesterday that he sustained, you may be aware of. So congratulations, by default to the team of Slick and Allen from the United States, the men's team for the US. Stafford Slick and his partner will take the bronze, but not a great way to take it, I'm sure. But never mind, to the ladies' bronze, we are going to see some action. And there they are, Brooke Sweat on the left of screen, Kerri Jennings on the right. The hyper-experienced veteran. I'm not sure I've seen a better beach volleyballer in all my years of seeing beach volleyball than Kerri Walsh, and at 40 years of age, she still shows no signs of abating, Kerri. She's a remarkable athlete. Absolutely. I think I made a slight mistake there saying she'd had 6 Olympics. She's got 5 Olympics. I think she wants her 6th Olympics. Looking over the horizon. That is why she's here, but that is why all these players are here. They're looking to pick up these valuable points at this 3-star event to get their points ready and cumulative. That's their points throughout the year, cumulative points, their best results to get through to the Olympic Games next year. If anyone knows how to qualify for an Olympic Games, it is certainly Kerri Walsh, doing it many, many times. Both indoor and beach Olympian, no small feat. The crowd in big numbers. If you've not been to Manly Beach, folks, wherever you're watching in the world, it's a traditional part of the event that we keep the wall of the promenade open. It's free seating, so people sit on the wall and hurl advice and information towards the players and the officials. So there's the seated area, the grandstands. They'll be filling up the corporate area. It's Kerri Walsh and Brooke Sweat coming out, and they're just going to shake hands with the Chinese. Then Wang and Xu. And both these teams losing their semis, so they'll be looking to win their last match. It's never nice to go out with a couple of losses. So this is going to be a big match. We are set and ready. Women's bronze medal match, I should say. We're looking forward to the gold as well, but the bronze medal match about to get underway. Xinyi Xia for Team China
And we are underway. And it's a good start. Fan Wang, the blocking player. That's going to be a really interesting matchup. The 6'2" Wang at the net up against 6'3" Kerri Walsh Jennings. So that should be just an appetizer of what's to come.
Brooke Sweat getting most of the serves throughout this entire tournament. Doing well to side out. Easy play for the Chinese. And they get past Kerri Walsh at the net, so another quick point. And Brooke will have to really lift her side-out match. And then Kerri will obviously be looking at any stage to help her out with a second ball hit or a block or even an ace serve. Take the pressure off her partner. Good pass. Bit of indecision there from the Chinese, but it's interesting the first few points they're choosing to pull off the net even though the sets are quite good, and Brooks then having to look down the face of having two great defenders to get the ball onto the sand pass. So looks like that's the strategy so far with the Chinese. Don't put up a block.
Scoreboard 3-1 in favour of China. They're receiving serve now. It's going to be Fan Wang teeing off on the ball. It's a nice pick up from Brooke Sweat, but there's an opportunity to transition. China working hard. Oh, just when you wanted her, just when you needed her, Kerri Walsh comes to play.
And it's really interesting because she has such a quick block. She keeps her hands down quite low and she comes up very fast. So it's very difficult to see her there. And at the last minute you think it's free, and there she is.
She closes it down to 2-3. It's a nice statement of intent at the net for Kerri Walsh Jennings, and then she's returned it with the transition ball. So nice start, 3-all. You can see, folks, the sun is shining. It is a glorious day. The breeze, though, as is traditional in the afternoon here at Manly Beach when the sun comes out, starts to pick up off the ocean. So you're going to see the flags fluttering proudly of all the nations. We'll see what impact, if any, it has on the match itself.
Oh, a bit of a leave there from Brooke Sweat. Thought that was going out, but pin perfect on the baseline.
So 3 points all. First set action, you're watching the women's bronze medal match here at the Sydney FIVB World Tour event. Such a privilege to bring this to all the fans of beach volleyball around the world. Hope you've been enjoying joining us on the coverage wherever you are. China and USA battling it out for the bronze. That's a nice touch from Walsh, but picked up. Chinese get another go. Xinyi Xia, good patience. She didn't get too flustered. And I like the way she plays. Xinyi Xia seems really composed. Of the two, she looks a little mentally a little stronger to me at times.
They're only young, these two from China, but they've actually been playing volleyball for most of their lives, so their skills are incredible. They're solid. They'll just keep coming back at you when you think you've got a run of points against them. One by one, they fight their way back.
Oh, and that's a sneaky little serve. Gosh, that's a heartbreaker, isn't it, when you've worked so hard and then the opposition serves the ball on the tape and it just drops over like that. Fan Wang will enjoy that. She's gone back to the service line with a 5-3 scoreboard here at Manly Beach. Absolutely perfect conditions for the women's bronze to be decided. Here is Brooke Sweat. That's much better.
And that's what she's so good at. She sees the retreating blocker. She knows she can hit high and she doesn't have to hit full speed just over their heads to make the point.
So USA 4 trailing China 5. Early stages of this first set. Oh, it's in the corner. It was a nice play. Fan Wang, the 25-year-old. We've talked a little bit about competition for Olympic spots for the USA squad. It was so deep. Chinese squad as well. They've got so many teams, so many high-quality athletes. There's only a couple of spaces available in Tokyo next year. So, you know, within the Chinese program, the competition for spots is absolutely fierce as well.
Oh, China getting a free ball. Can they get the point off this? An overset gives it straight into Kerri's hand. She makes no mistake. So that was a big mistake. Yeah,
you saw Fan Wang who put that ball up for a partner. She knew the moment she'd overset it that it was going to. She smacked her own hand. She was filthy with herself. So she knew she'd made a little skill error there. So USA 5-6 to China. But Fan Wang, she makes amends with a
high and hard through the softer part of the block, the top of the hands. Great point for China.
Block of Walsh is pretty good, but China get another go, and they, beg your pardon, Kerri Walsh gets another go and puts it away for the win across court. So nothing between the two squads. Again, we talked about the disappointment of losing those semi-finals earlier in the day. Both teams would have got off the sand, got off the beach and out of the sun, and it's all about recuperating and trying to get yourself back up for a game. I guess, I don't know if it's easier, Kerri, to get yourself up for a gold medal match or a bronze medal match. It's still playing for your country. It's still going for a medal, so hopefully it's the same process.
Very quickly they have to forget. Both these teams have to have forgotten their loss, which was only within a few hours ago, and come back, reset. And this is their gold medal match. This is the gold medal match for both these teams.
And it's an opportunity to finish the tournament with a win as well. The last game that we played, we finished with a win. It was positive. You don't want to go loss. Fourth place, I'd imagine, stings quite a lot. Okay, we've got a combination from the US at the northern end of the beach. Here's an opportunity. Oh, nice hard tussle at the net for the USA. Absolutely get it done with just double checking the score. The score is 8-all.
Just a little trouble with the scoreboard at that point. Sorry about that. So it's 8-all, yep.
Deep serve. Oh, perfect serve. Brooke Sweat from the northern end of Manly Beach has landed that ball on the line. The USA hit the lead.
Goes for the deep serve again, keeping the Chinese all the way in the back of the court. And that's forcing an error that time from Fan Wang. She hits deep. She's trying to hit deep, just missing the baseline. So now the US getting ahead.
Yeah, 10 points to 8. I get the impression that they're trying to drive Fan Wang really deep in serve receive and make her really move around a lot. Keep her really, I guess, fatigued. You want to try and tire out the opposition, don't you? You want to try and...
Absolutely. In that point, it wasn't as deep, and she was able to side out with much more ease. So it is difficult. The court is 8 by 8, 8 metres by 8 metres on each side. And when you're having to pass from the baseline and then having to run all the way to the net, it is not an easy feat. And then be aggressive at the same time.
High roll shot picked up by Xinyi Xia. She's going to have a chance to convert. Not as perhaps authoritatively as she would have liked, but it doesn't matter. You could see the little fist pump. She's quite delightful, Xinyi Xia. She actually shows a lot of emotion. It's probably too long a bow to say that the Chinese girls don't always show emotion and are quite controlled, but of the squad, she certainly shows a lot of elation, a lot of joy.
Well, she's only 22 years old, but she's actually played 7 seasons on the FIVB World Tour, so since she was 15.
Yeah.
And as I said, that both girls have from China have been playing volleyball since probably when they could walk.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a massive sport in China, volleyball and beach volleyball now, and they've come through those rankings. They've forced themselves onto the tour, come through those many players that they can choose from. Such a big sport.
Okay, 11-10 scoreboard. We're in the technical timeout, folks. You're watching the first set of the women's bronze medal match here at the FIVB 3-star beach volleyball tournament here in beautiful Manly Beach in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. We hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching. Hit us up, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. It is currently just after 12:30, so the middle of the day here in Sydney. Here's a shot of that harbour and that iconic opera house. The beaches of the eastern suburbs out across the bay. It's a bit of me surfing earlier this morning before we went on air.
Oh, that was us last night,
That was it,
John.
just last night. We had that lovely night out. I love what you were wearing. And the ladies back out on a court, the bronze medal match. These guys are the real stars. All 4 ladies fighting hard for their nations. Nothing like a good old China-USA stoush. We love that.
Well, it's a short serve that time, forcing the error. Bit of stand on each other's feet under the net. So players aren't actually allowed to come under the net and interfere. They can come under the net if there's no player nearby, but if there is a player nearby and they're judged as interfering, they could have the point scored against them. Another mistake from China. So they tend to lose their points in a bit of a run, just through a few silly errors, so maybe trying a little bit too hard or losing some focus.
And it's interesting, it has been a little bit Fan Wang, the elder, the 25-year-old versus the 22-year-old Xin Sha. It's been Fan Wang that's been maybe a little bit prone to that, but she responds pretty effectively with a hard-driven cross-court ball. That was as imperious as we would expect her to be, just absolutely crushing that ball. It's going to be Xin Sha for China. Crowd enjoying the sights and the sounds of beach volleyball on the World Tour. It's so great to have it back. You know, of all places in Australia, there's nowhere better to play a World Tour event than here at Manly Beach. The roll shot's good. Brooke Sweat, she's been good when she's been hitting that ball nice and high and with control.
Well, she does have a great cut shot as well, so as a defender, you know she's going to shoot. She lowers her hand. You can see she hasn't wound up for a big swing, but you just have to hold and chase because you're not sure which way it's going to go. It's still very deceptive.
There's a roll shot from from Fan Wang, I apologise. So both teams just playing cautiously, 12-14. They've both played a few games. This is obviously the second game for the day, but the end of a long week of games. So we'll see who's fresher at the business end. If those sort of mental and skill errors start to creep in. Bronze medalist spot on the podium. Some sort of toy koala or other stuffed animal and flowers to await the winner. Oh, there's a good block and a good response. The USA nearly got it back into play, but Fan Wang was good enough. She was strong enough. The defense of the US almost caught them out, but that was good. So 13-14 the scoreboard. Just in favour of the USA. Kerri's going to hit a second ball. It's set up nicely for her. Absolutely the right option.
Got a bit of luck from the top of the net there. Took it out of the hands of one of the girls in the backcourt and bounced in front of the other. So USA switching with the lead. It's always nice to switch sides with a bit of a lead.
We are going to 21 points, folks. The first set will be decided by the first team to 21 points if they have a 2-point margin. Of course, we don't have a ceiling on how many points can be scored, but the first to 21 with a 2-point margin is generally enough. But you can see these sets can go on quite a while. This doesn't have that sort of look about it just yet. The USA with a 2-point lead, about to make it 3 if Brooke Sweat can get up and get down and gets it done. It's exactly what they wanted. So change of ends with the ball and then get that next point. That's so important.
Yeah, it really puts the nail in the coffin sometimes on the team on the losing side.
16-13 now. They go to Xin Sha with the serve. She's going to look at a big block from Kerri Walsh, but really intelligently tooling it off. So I like the way she's played. She's been really good all week, Xin Sha, and has rarely put a foot long. 14-16. They need a couple of unforced errors from Team USA.
Or a forced error like that.
Oh, it's not
kept
done.
Alive.
Brooke Sweat for the cut shot. No, the roll shot. Oh, it's still alive. China working hard. Brooke Sweat, Kerri Walsh. It's going to be a free ball. Here we go. Surely China can keep their shape. A good dig, a good set. Oh, Brooke Sweat is everywhere right now. China can't believe their luck. They are still playing this rally. It should have ended about 20 seconds ago. Kerri is picked up. Xin Sha for the win. Oh, and she's run out of petrol. Brooke Sweat, take a bow because you were amazing.
Well, both teams were amazing, I think, in this rally, Jonathan. Some great defence, some aggressive setting, and the right idea from Shah there to go down the line on Kerri Walsh, but just hit it too low.
Wow. 17-14. That is going to burn some petrol, I'm sure. That was the longest rally of the match for sure, and the USA just stayed in the point any way they could, and they ended up getting the result. They needed that, the Chinese.
Yeah, that was a sneaky push past Kerri's block there. Not a lot of room to move. Still gasping, both Chinese players. Really feeling the last two rallies. I'm surprised they didn't call a timeout a little bit after that long rally. But they are on what we may call the favoured end because of the way the wind is blowing. So China do have a slight advantage. Can they dig this? I got a hand to it, but just couldn't control it.
Yeah, it was a nice touch from Brooke. She saw the opportunity to chisel that little cut shot. She's done that pretty well. So it's going to be her partner, Kerri Walsh Jennings, with an 18-15 scoreboard in the first set. Trying to find a serve to work, but it's not going to be it. So 16-18 now. China near enough if they're good enough, as we say in sporting parlance here in Australia. They are certainly not out of this first set. As you say, Kerri Pothast, there are plenty of opportunities to serve tough from this end of the beach right now with the weather conditions. Let's see if they can put some pressure on the USA.
Nice low set. The call was line, but China heard it as well. And they chip to the left, so Shah finishes that off. And they inch closer again.
A really important point for China because that gives them only a 1 point deficit, and they've still got the ball on the change of sides. If they've changed at 19-16, that would have been very hard, but as it is, it's an 18-17 scoreboard. China down by 1. So that's vastly different to 19-16, that's for sure. So an all-important serve for Xinyi Shah right now. Oh, wow.
That's not going to help.
Just handing a point to the opposition.
Just takes the pressure off a little bit off the team from USA, not having to side out on one ball. And they get to play around with their defense now.
All right, 19-7, Team USA in the box seat if they want to be. Oh, and Kerri Walsh Jennings absolutely wants to be in the box seat. Clinical, classical, commendable. 20 points to 17. Team USA, 3 set points in the bronze medal game.
And forces the error with a big block, but oh no, comes off the hands of Kerri Walsh. So she takes a little time out, gets a bit of sweat off her glasses.
The Chinese ladies, a little moment of nervousness waiting for the call, but all good. So 18-20 now, but it is still 2 set points to Team USA. You can see the ladies there on screen. 1 good action, and they are sitting down with a 1-set-to-love lead in a bronze medal game. Kerri Walsh cannot get it done. So this is interesting. 19-20, 2 set points saved. Not Kerri's best pass, I think it's safe to say. Brooke Sweat did all she could with it. Scoreboard now 19 points to 20. This is an important moment. Set point number 3. Surely they'll convert on the third opportunity. Of course they will. Brooke Sweat with the rainbow.
What a shot. Under pressure. She had to go up and over the block. Had to be perfect into the corner, and she does it for the first set.
Well, they looked like they were cruising at 20 points to 17. But to the credit of the Chinese ladies, they stayed in the contest. They kept them honest, and 21-19 is the score. But the USA didn't look too troubled.
Well, it was a bit of a seesaw throughout that match. I thought there was a run of points, sometimes from China, sometimes from the US. Sometimes that run was from unforced errors, so maybe a little bit of nerves or fatigue out there causing the second and the third error in a row, perhaps. I thought China started off really well in the first set by dropping off the net, not blocking Brooke Sweat. And then towards the end of that first set, they were up at the net all the time, allowing Brooke to play her game, which is chipping around and throwing the ball into the open spaces. So maybe if they want to get back in this game, they may have to change up a little tactic there. But of course, Kerri Walsh really supporting her partner well. Focus there on Brooke's knee. Sure, it's fine. A lot of tape. A lot of the players wear the tape now just to give them that security, give them extra feeling of where they need their muscles to fire. The crowd's loving it, aren't they, Jonathan?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
perfect
a good, knowledgeable
conditions.
crowd. They've enjoyed that first set. All right, to recap, 21-19, the first set done. The USA combination of Brooke Sweat and Kerri Walsh Jennings have taken the first set over Fan Wang and Xinyi Shah from China. So, bronze medal match well and truly underway in perfect conditions here at Manly Beach. Hope you're enjoying the coverage from Manly Beach. The USA combination at the bottom of the screen. China up there at what we call the northern end, Manly Beach. That's a nice defensive get by Shah.
And again.
Here we go. She's going to wind up on this one. She certainly is. And she put it away with some aggression. So that'll give her plenty of confidence. Nothing better, Kerri, than you make the defensive play, you get up and you hit a nice clean winner. Is immensely satisfying.
It does feel really good. Gives you a lot of confidence to go on with the next point.
China again with the ball.
There it is, causing the error. So China pulling off the net again, like they did in the beginning of the first set. Brooke Sweat having to go pretty deep and just risking that baseline, but not making it this time.
So a pretty good start from China, 3-0. But that serve going out will make the scoreboard 1-3. Team USA on screen. Brooke Sweat. These two teams have actually not played each other before on the FIVB World Tour, so it's hard to know, if they have much of a sense of how the opposition play. I'm sure they've done plenty of scouting and they've watched tape as they do nowadays. But I think a lady like Kerri Walsh Jennings, I think she knows her own game, knows her own strengths. I think she can adapt whatever's coming at her from the other side of the court.
Absolutely, that's part of the game. Going in with a game plan, but being able to adapt halfway through, depending on how you're going, depending on how the team's going, depending on the weather conditions, the side changes. All those things come into account as to who you serve, how you play defense, how you serve. A lot of these players have different types of serves. Some jump floats, some top spin floats, some sky balls that we'll see in the men's final.
Looking forward to that. And it's interesting with the Chinese combination, 22 and 25 versus the USA combination, 32 and 40 years of age. It's almost another generation of experience and knowledge and muscle memory. So when adversity happens for the younger Chinese girls, they don't have as deep a kind of, shared experience or memory to kind of, be resilient with. Whereas, Kerri, well, she's seen and done it all and rewrote the book. So I'm not sure there's any situation that's going to phase her too much out here today.
Well, that's right, and you just saw that ball there. It was a really good save from Brooke, and Kerri knew where she was on the court. She knew she had a big angle back the other way, and she was just able to put it there where some players might risk the line hit and go out. So that's definitely all those different experiences that she's had. And like you said, she's 40 years old. What an incredible athlete. She's still in absolutely incredible shape. She's almost twice the age of Shah at 22. Great pick up, Brooke Sweat again. No block, gets dug. China with an opportunity here. And they go the line shot, so off the top of the hands.
It's good. She's been pretty good, Shin Shah. I've talked her up a bit. I've been really impressed with the way she plays. In these sort of trouble situations, she seems to make good decisions. She doesn't try to overplay those shots. She just seems to know what the right option is. So she's been rock solid for China. It's her partner Fan Wang, who is the power player of the two, but for Fan Wang, occasionally she's made unforced errors. Chinese girls with a transition opportunity. Shin Shah again. And again gets it done. Brooke Sweat nearly easing the ball over on one. Look at this, though. Hand touch. That's a brave defensive position to play that high, isn't it?
It is, and it's almost sometimes a protective position if that ball is coming straight at your head. So a lot of heat behind the ball when the Chinese ladies hit that. Brooke Sweat has another opportunity here to make a point. She goes the shortcut shot. So as I said before, she's got such range in her shots. Yes, she can hit it hard, but I think the Chinese, if they are to really work hard in defense and get those balls, they're going to have to pull off the net a little bit more, maybe risk, even if it's a good set from Kerri, come off the net if they want to dig Brooke Sweat.
Yeah, Brooke reading it again well, but Shin Shah just taking enough pace off the ball, so nice composure. 8-5 scoreboard, China up by 3, but more importantly, the USA leading in the set score, 1-0. You win 2 sets, you win the match. In the case of this match, you win the bronze medal. This is the penultimate match in the women's draw for the Sydney 2019 3-star event. It's been such a delight bringing it to you. We love our beach volleyball here down under. You should come and visit us. all these athletes that come out. Kerri, we talked about it earlier today. Always seem so surprised at how lovely it is here and how decent the people are. And,
well, we don't want to tell too many secrets, but it is pretty amazing down here. We want to keep it a secret. Australia's a secret.
Yeah, well, that cat is out of the bag. Sydney 2000, I think, might have been a big cause of that young lady, but never mind. To present day matters. China have the ball. USA combination. So the slightly staggered serve-receive structure. Brooke Sweat playing a little bit deeper in the corner. It's interesting. Kerri Walsh-Jennings playing a little higher.
Well, that ball, I think, looked like it was going out, but Fang has taken it, and now they're in trouble.
Oh no, Shinisha responds, says, I'll take this down the line. No, Kerri's block is outstanding. Fan Wang says, look, I've had enough of this. And some emotion and some elation from her. I love seeing that. At 22 years of age, you know, she's not as hyper experienced as some of these other athletes, but she's starting to find herself and find her confidence and find her feet out there. And playing some lovely beach volleyball as a result, so an important point for them.
Both teams wiping the sweat off the glasses now. It's very humid, very warm now. The sun is out. There's a breeze above the stadium, but not so much inside the stadium. There are little corner pockets where you can feel the breeze, but nothing too bad.
Gosh.
Again, she just knows where the court is, doesn't she, John?
Didn't she want that ball, though? Do you see how far to the right she took that serve receive? I'm not saying she sharked Brooke Sweat completely, but
she did.
She totally wanted that ball. I'm going to step in front of you, partner. I'm going to take it. I'm just going to hit a clean winner. Are there any questions? Not to be. Ball into the corner. It's a nice play. A bit of variety now from Fan Wang, the younger of the two Chinese athletes. Or sorry, the older, the 25-year-old, starting to show some variety that we haven't seen. Hitting a second ball over was very nice. So they are 11-7. Can they keep their focus? Can they hold this sort of break over the USA? Brooke Sweat, nice and calm.
Had to really work to look to see where the defense was on that occasion. Both Chinese players on one side of the court, so she definitely had that open. Good call from her partner.
This match featuring the number 6-seeded USA team, the number 8-seeded Chinese team. So on paper, not a lot between them. On the form line.
Does she find the line? She does find the line. So really accurate hitting now, Brooke Sweat. Fighting their way back in this second set. They don't want to lose this one because that'll push the game to 3 sets. I don't think either team is feeling 100% after many, many games. It's always tough towards the end of the tournament.
Yeah, you got to play your best game last, haven't you, to be successful? So we are in the timeout situation. Scoreboard telling us that 21 points have been scored. Look at this beautiful cuisine in Sydney at its absolute finest. The oysters and the wine and the beautiful people eating oysters and wine.
There's you, Jonathan.
That was me. No, there was no food on my shirt. It couldn't have been me.
The Manly Ferry.
Yeah. The harbour is really such a vibrant part of this city, isn't it? The coastline and the harbour. So many people live and work around the harbour in Sydney. It's
just
a very
coastline upon coastline upon
Yeah.
coastline, beach after beach after beach, and every little cove has a little outdoor pool. Such a beautiful area. We're so blessed and grateful to live here and to have the best beach volleyball players in the world visit us for this event, this FIVB World Tour event. China versus the US, trying to win this bronze medal. China have the lead. They're looking to push it to 3. I'm sure they didn't really want to play 3, but they have to play 3 sets. China do if they want to take out this bronze medal.
Well, just to repeat, they had a quarter-final yesterday against another China team, and that their Chinese opposition had to forfeit due to injury. So they had maybe a slightly easier preparation for today, but certainly that's all history now. They're going to have to find a lot of effort and energy to get over the top of this really good USA combination. This is Brooke Sweat with the ball. Northern end of Manly Beach, you're watching women's bronze medal match. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are. There's Brooke getting the ball up, out of the net for Kerri, and then the drop shot. Well, as a knuckle player, I thought she was going to drop that, and it turned into this perfect knuckleball rainbow into the corner. What a skill from Brooke Sweat.
Right now in this game is probably the best shooting game I've seen her play this tournament. All her shots are just on the money.
That is a very difficult shot to execute over the top of a tall Chinese athlete. She'll get a lot of pleasure out of that. Nice pick up though. Xin Yisha's defense spot on. She'll get a transition opportunity now. Once again, Fan Wang won't be making eye contact with Xin Yisha after that transition set. Just sat up on the net. Kerri Walsh Jennings said thank you very, very much. Okay, hand signal given. Strategy determined. Oh, but couldn't quite get the pickup back to a partner. 13-12. So Xin Yisha, hometown of Wulumuki, 6 feet tall. She's had 3 career wins on the FIVB World Tour, so she's knows what it takes to win at this level. Here's an opportunity. It's got to come over. Walsh Jennings will get a chance to wail on a ball, and she sure does.
Well, it's great to see Kerri really using that shoulder. 6 shoulder surgeries that woman has had. Incredible to just rehabilitate from 1, but to get back from 6. She had a lot of trouble in the last few years. She dislocated her shoulder at a couple of tournaments, but she feels better than ever at the moment.
She's playing great, that is for sure. She certainly seems like she's hitting with confidence in that shoulder, so that's a great sign.
Free ball for China. They'll want to finish this one off. They need a good set.
Good enough. I think they kind of needed that one, didn't they, Kerri? They were scrambling, but
both teams are absolutely pulling in the oxygen right now. They're sweating buckets, covered in sand, heaving that oxygen through their lungs.
And that fatigue that you talked about can convert into a skill error like that, a tired serve.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was well wide.
Absolute focus loss there. Very unusual to see the Chinese do something like that. They're so very skillful, so it's really important to reset after a long rally. Just take your time. Players use that sometimes to wipe their glasses, to get the sweat off. They get a little mini timeout if they do that.
Yeah, as it gets hotter, and the officials tend to allow a bit more leniency to the players to wipe the sweat off, desand and that sort of thing. So there is a consciousness of that. It's not all gamesmanship. Brooke Sweat has got game, that's for sure. This little transition ball that she put up. How's the defense from Xin Yisha? And then this ball sat right up on top of the net, 6'3". Kerri Walsh Jennings, unchallenged at the net, said, I will execute perfectly on that one. So
look at both the Chinese girls there really taking in the oxygen, seeing their abdominals going in and out, in and out. They are tired. This is the time for the US to try and get a little bit of a lead if that's their time.
Oh, almost.
Almost a block there. Kerri going for the angle block, just opening up a little bit too much. Not getting her shoulders straight on the net. So China just
hanging tough. This was the point of the first set where China kind of lost their way a little bit. Gave the USA a break that was enough that they couldn't run it down. So China need to keep their shape. Here's their opportunity to get a lead at an important time. Xin Yisha, you can see what it meant to her. That's the hard jump to do, isn't it, Kerri? You've made the layout defensively. You partner set and you know I've got to get up, I've got to give it everything.
Yep.
I've earned the opportunity, but your body is screaming. She showed great athleticism, great commitment to the cause on that occasion.
Well, it really is just 2 or 3 seconds, that side out. The pass, the set, the hit, it's only a few seconds, so you just got to keep telling yourself, take your time between each point, go back, reset, get a big deep breath, support your partner, focus in, and then go hard for 3 or 4 seconds.
16 points all now. China, USA. USA winning the first set. All square in the second. The bronze medal match is turning into a thriller. Brooke Sweat thrilling us with her court craft, rolling this one down the line for the winner, 17-16.
Smart sets from Kerri Walsh, keeping her really small as well in transition, keeping the ball nice and low. So what they're doing is Brooks then beating the defence, even though they're pulling off the net, beating the defence with the speed of the play. So very clever for both of those. Great setting by Kerri, and of course great defence from Brooke.
Here we are looking out across Sydney Harbour, that iconic harbour bridge, to the equally iconic Opera House. Cheers to you, Sydney. Cheers to all the people around the world watching the beach volleyball from Manly. The FIVB 3-star event. It's been an absolute privilege to be hosting these wonderful athletes. And we are, dare I say it, the business end of the bronze medal match. USA 1-0 leading 17-16. Is it a case of them being able to just roll on and win it? Or have China got a few more gutsy plays to take this match to a third set to decide it? The crowd here today, they didn't get a men's bronze medal game, so they kind of feel like they would like at least a 3-setter for the women's bronze.
I think the crowd would love that, but I'm not sure the players would.
The American ladies did not sign up for that. They want to get this done in 2. Let's see how they go. This is Kerri Walsh-Jennings from the service line. 17-16, a block here is not going to happen. She peeled off. She challenged Fan Wang to say, can you hit a clean winner? And the response was spot on, so 17 all. There's that lady again, Fan Wang, the 25-year-old from China, back at the service line, northern end of Manly Beach. She picks out Kerri Walsh-Jennings.
Good save, Brooke Sweat. Little touch, Kerri Walsh, just too good, sees the court, keeps it in front of her, and that's the beauty of the low set, is that as a player, as a spiker, when you have that low set, the whole court is in front of you. As soon as the set goes up too high, and if you find yourself underneath it or the wind blows it back, you cannot see the court. You don't know where to put the ball.
18-17. Any error now, absolutely magnified at this stage of a second set in a bronze medal match. Every pass, every set, every action is so important. And the pass letting them down, unfortunately. 19-17, exactly when the USA needed it, they found something extra. So big moment, this one. Fan Wang has been the focus of their attention. She gets this next serve. The pass is where it needs to be. But Brooke Sweat, she's been where she needs to be all game. And the roll shot, wow, Xinyi Shah, amazing layout. Walsh-Jennings overhead was sublime. Oh, this is a high-quality rally. Somebody has to blink first. But it's not going to be Xinyi Shah. Boy, oh boy, they had every right to lose that rally about 3 times. But the raw determination of the 22-year-old athlete from China, Xinyi Shah, all 4 athletes playing incredible defense. But boy, that was a must-win rally for the Chinese to stay in touch. 18-19, it is still red alert for China though. Just sneaks it across the tape. Brooke Sweat, been a little bit unheralded, but she's been so solid in this bronze medal match. And her and her American counterpart, Kerri Walsh-Jennings, stand on the cusp of Manly Beach bronze. It is 2018. It is bronze medal ball, Team USA. Ball kept in play. Fan Wang, she's got to hit a winner. And she does hit a winner. Gosh, that was clutch.
Yeah, that was great play from China there. Kerri had an opportunity but just couldn't get her hand on the ball well enough to make it a winner. So China now, they need to find something. They're going to discuss what they're going to do. Good girls, sometimes players just trying to heave in the oxygen, but a little discussion. What are we going to do? How are we going to try and make this point to keep this game alive? But match point again for the US.
Medal point number 2, yeah, for Team USA. It's going to be Brooke Sweat for a chance at history. Shinyi Shah is there. Can they lock it up at 20 all? It's going to be Kerri Walsh Jennings who gets a say, and she says not today. The USA 21-19, 21-19 have defeated Fan Wang and Jinyi Shah from China, and it is the USA on the podium taking bronze.
Sweaty just getting down here. Kerri Walsh Jennings, 5-time Olympian and bronze medalist. That's got to give you some joy.
It does. It really does. You know, the goal is always to win your last match on the court. And we just played a really great, young, amazing Chinese team. The whole tournament has been very deep. But it feels really good to finish on top. I want to congratulate the Chinese. And Australian volleyball. Volleyball Australia, you guys are awesome. This has been a great tournament. The fans are rad. We want to come back here many, many times over.
Well, we love the way you play. Brooke, to you're playing next to this absolute legend of the game, but you are holding your own, girl. You are absolutely outstanding in that bronze medal match.
Thank you. She definitely makes it easier for me out there. I think we just kind of stayed steady. And obviously lots of room for improvement, but proud to finish with a win.
What's the goal for you guys, the 2019 and beyond? Tell us a little bit about what your goals and aspirations are.
We want to play, we want to win. We just want to keep getting better and better. Just coming back from injuries, so it's just one step at a time, and we just want to end up on top.
Kerri, how do you balance it all? I'm going to say 40 years of age, apologies, revealing your age, 3 beautiful kids at home and a semi-handsome husband, triple Olympic gold medal, you're a Sydney 2000 indoor Olympian. Girl, how do you get it all done in any day? My goodness, woman.
A whole lot of love and a whole lot of support. You know, I'm blessed by God, and I have an amazing husband who's very good looking. I have 3 very well-behaved children, an amazing partner, an amazing family support. When you love something, you just do it, you know? And the reason I'm still going is because I got that 4th place in Sydney in 2000. I got that 3rd place in Rio, and it pisses me off. And so we want to keep going. We want to be the best in the world, but it's every day. It's the little things we do. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't piss her off. Our bronze medalist, please give it up. Brooke Sweat, Kerri Walsh Jennings, one of a kind, bronze medalist in Sydney.
You just fit in. You just fit in. Move your back, girl.
No, but you're gonna be on camera. But your head is gonna be on the camera. Like your head is gonna be on the camera. Maybe if you all move like a little bit to the right, yes, but.
I'm all right here. You'll be right here.
Or maybe if you sit down there.
It's a gold medal match, as you can see up there on the screen. And you've got all the 2 brothers from Chile taking on this Italian.
Like if you sit a little bit to the right, yeah, but like I'm just trying to like work.
So you go.